So one of the things that we start doing from the get-go, we like to teach people to call the spinal bracing sequence. And before you tighten anything up, before you think about bracing, you got to think about your breath. So many people breathe inappropriately. So, and my wife is she basically has a PhD in this right now, and she reminds me all the time how important it is. When you tell a woman to hold her core tight, in years past, it would be suck in your stomach, lift up your chest, and shoulders back, okay? Which accentuates the arch in the back, which is no good, opens up the rib cage, and it's an improper breathing technique. So, especially ladies, but everybody, when you breathe, it's a belly breath, so the chest shouldn't rise. So, inhale, stomach goes out, exhale. The diaphragm should come in, the transversus should come in and hold the stomach tight. We shouldn't be crunching down, we shouldn't be lifting the head and chest up. So it's just a subtle tightness of the abdominals. But if we start with the breathing, belly breath, exhale, and as you exhale, feel your stomach tighten up a little bit. The other thing I want people to do is no matter where you start, whatever activity you're doing, I want you to think about getting your feet shoulder width apart, toes straight ahead, and tighten up your buttocks a little bit, okay? Your gluteus maximus. Just give it a little bit of tension. We're not talking about tucking under. All right, we're talking about giving tension. And as soon as you give that tension there, you're going to feel your abdominals get a little bit tighter. So what happens is I squeeze my butt, my pelvis levels out a little bit. All right, now we're not looking, this would be tuck under, that's no good. We still want that natural arch in our back. You know, this is a lot of people stand here with their stomach out and their butt sticking out. We got a big arch. They'll stand on one leg, they get really sloppy, or they'll punch over. So again, with the belly breath, make sure you're breathing correctly. You're going to inhale through the belly, exhale, tighten up the stomach. Now, squeeze the glutes real tight. Just bunch them up. Do not tuck under, just tighten them up. Then you're going to feel your abs get tight at the same time. So we started that core tightening area. Now, let's get those shoulders back a little bit. We don't have to get them up. We don't have to stick our chest out. We're still holding our stomach 20% tight, 30% tight. Now think about the feet. As you squeeze your glutes, you're going to feel your feet screw into the ground. They feel like they want to press outward, externally rotate. So we're loading our quads, we're loading our glutes, our abs are tight, our shoulders are back. Now if you put your shoulders back and hold everything fairly tight, your palms turn out. And if you look at every anatomical chart in a doctor's office, you're going to see a guy with no skin on, like this, with his palms out. That's the correct anatomical position. And that's pretty much how we should stand. If you look at bodybuilders, they look a little, like they're walking around arrogant. They got perfect posture. Been training for years to have that posture. A little over-exaggerated, because too much muscle mass, but that's basically what we're looking for. So breathing appropriately is the key. Belly breaths, exhale, squeeze, hold the stomach tight. Do not suck in, do not lift up the chest, just hold it tight. So that's the spinal bracing sequence. So if you prepare yourself in everything you do, you kind of like, okay, I got to get the groceries now. Don't just lean over haphazardly and grab the groceries. Okay, think about making the stomach tight and then lean in. Everything's going to feel great. You're going to feel so much stronger in that move. Absolutely. Even if you are doing, in the gym, you like to do bicep curls, or if you're doing an overhead press, we start with that process. Everything we do, even if you're in split stance and we hold everything tight, everything moves a whole lot easier. There's far less chance of injury when we're properly braced.
That's awesome. And one thing that drives me crazy is sometimes, and you may see this, but you spend
not in here. We don't see anything wrong in here.
That's what I'm saying. It's perfect here. But you spend so much time, and someone will get in here and they'll do a perfect squat, and then you're absolutely right. They go to pick up their kid and they do this.
Yes.
And it drives. I'm like, no, do everything properly. Be it normal activities outside, your workouts. And I think that's the perfect place to start. Is if you can focus every activity to start with proper bracing, proper breathing, you're going to eliminate probably 75% of the injuries out there.
Well, and the other thing is that basically our joints are meant to last 110 years, some people say. But every time you do an improper movement, and you do that, and you learn that improper movement, you do it for years upon years upon years, it wears out faster. And then one day, boom,